What is good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys for tuning in to another one. Bruh, I'm kind of upset right now, bro. Like, I had a whole video recorded. 70% of the clips were like messed up because I had my phone plugged into CarPlay while I was driving and the audio wasn't recording. So kind of sucks, but it's whatever. I can't really do anything about it right now. What we're gonna be doing or going over in this video is 5 things I like, 5 things I don't like, and just what you need to know, you know, before owning one of these cars or owning / modifying, whatever you want to do. Yeah, so I've had this car for almost exactly a year and 6 months. I got this car March 11th, 2023, and this is a 2018 Honda Accord Sport. This is the 1.5T. It's not the 2.0. It doesn't have the 10-speed. Does not have the Type R engine, if you will. We'll start with the things that I don't like about this car, get the negative out the way. All right, so we're gonna start with one of the first things that I don't like about this car. This is honestly like the first thing I didn't like about this car, and that's going to be the sound system. These cars, the Accords, the 10th gen Accords, come with 3 different stereo options. They have the base level, which is a 4-speaker system, a mid-level system, which is what this car has, which is 8 speakers. You got 4 mid-range speakers and 4 tweeters, the 10-speaker system, I think, which adds a speaker in the mid-range speaker in the dash, in the middle of the dash, like behind the little screen, and then you get a I think a 8-inch sub in the back, like in the deck. It really is just missing a lot. I've always had like premium sound systems, but I feel like for a newer car, it's just really lacking a lot. My mom has a 2019 Camry. It's the SE, so it's basically the equivalent to what this car is, but Toyota. And the sound system in that car, it doesn't sound amazing, but it sounds way better than this. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely horrible, but I just feel like for this car, I feel like they really just dropped the ball on it. So it's just missing a lot of low end and clarity. It has like no bass, and when you turn the bass up, like all the way up, it sounds like shit. So I keep my bass like midway. And the tweeters, like the tweeters and the highs and the like high mids are pretty good. Like, they're not horrible. Obviously, you know, everything could be improved, but it's just, I don't know, the bass and the clarity is just really not good at all. All right, so I took this switch out of cinematic, but all right, so the second thing that I don't like about this car is going to be the steering. The steering in this car is, I don't know, it's really weird, bro. I'm pretty sure this car has the steer by wire. I'm not 100% sure. So essentially what that is instead of using like an actual like physical connection between the steering wheel and the front wheels, I think it's just like sensors that sense your steering angle. I don't know. For example, when you're driving straight, like let's say you're going straight in your lane and you know, you want to go change lanes or any kind of steering adjustment, like if the steering wheel is straight, it kind of feels stiff, like feels stiff to like turn it. And also I have been in like an 11th gen Civic that feels the exact same. So I don't know if it's just a Honda thing or what it is, but that is one thing I have noticed. It's really hard to explain, but the steering in this car does feel really weird. All right, so the third thing that I do not like about this car, and this is something I did not know that this car did not have. Believe it or not, these cars don't actually have keyless entry. So you do have obviously your push button start, but you do not have keyless entry. So these cars do not have keyless entry. So if I go up to the door, I think the door's locked right now. No, it's not. So oh, the car's on, that's why. All right, so for example, just to show you guys, so the car is locked. Come up to the car, no keyless entry, which I thought was really, really weird for this car. I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I get it's not the highest trim, but I mean, it's still not a base. I mean, I don't know. I feel like these cars should have keyless entry. Really weird to me, but it is something I've had to get used to. Sticking on that subject, actually, something that's even weirder and something that I know I'm not tripping about is this car does not have a button to open the trunk from like under there. Very, very weird. So if you look, I don't know if you can even see, there's no button there. This is the little license plate light, backup camera, and those are the only things you have down here. There is no button to open the trunk. So if you're walking up to your car and you have like groceries and stuff like that in your hands, if you have stuff in your hands, you gotta reach in your pocket, pop the trunk, and it's just really annoying. And on top of that, if the car is on and you need to open the trunk, you have to open it with the button in the door. You cannot open the trunk unless you use that button in the door, which is even stupider to me. I really hate that. That is like probably one of my biggest pet peeves still to this day of owning this car. So the fourth thing that I do not like about this car, and still to this day, is the gas tank, the gas mileage, whatever you want to say. So the gas mileage isn't the problem, it's the size of the gas tank. So the gas tank of this car is, it's really small. I don't remember the exact size, but it is a really small tank. And what that means is that your fill-ups are more frequent, so the car goes through gas like it's just chucking it, bro. I hate this small gas tank. Like I said, I had an Altima before this, which is, I mean, it's a Nissan version of this, and it was like an 18-gallon tank, which, yeah, granted, your fill-ups are more expensive, but I would much rather have, like, I don't really drive this car very much during the week anymore, so I would much rather have a bigger gas tank, you know, and less frequent fill-ups than, you know, a small gas tank and have to fill this bitch up every day. But I don't know. All right, so this is gonna be the last thing. This is definitely a nitpick thing, but you know, I knew this before I bought the car, so it's whatever, but it is still something I don't really like about this car, and that is the fact that this car has a CVT transmission. I am not a big fan of CVT transmissions. I've had bad luck. The last CVT transmission I had blew up on me. So that's probably why I don't like them, but I know I could have just gotten a 2.0T and not had to, you know, have the fucking CVT, but I bought this car in 2023, in March of 2023, and if you guys know, car prices were ridiculous, so I kind of just had to suck it up, you know what I'm saying? We got a little GR Corolla, which is pretty sick, I like it. That's pretty much going to be it for the things that I hate about the car. Like I said, there's really not much that I hate per se about this car, but it is, there's definitely some things that I really don't like about this car. But like I said, I really like this car, so I'm going to let my phone charge actually real quick. I'm going to get a thumbnail, and then I'll pick this back up. All right, y'all, so I moved the car because some guy kind of just like came and sat like right next to where I was filming. It's kind of weird, but whatever. I don't own this place, so I'm not gonna kick him out. But anyways, we are gonna move on to the 5 things that I really love about this car. So one, we're just gonna start out with the overall styling of this car. I do think that the 10th gen Accord is the best looking Accord. The 9th gen, the 9.5 gen, whatever you guys call it, the facelift 9th gen was a pretty good looking Accord too, but I think this car kind of just changed the game, bro. Like, Honda went crazy with this car, you know, just the overall styling, they really killed it with this car, I feel like. You know, one thing about the styling that I really do like is the headlights, or just the lighting in general, especially not even these headlights, but the touring headlights. Yeah, just the overall styling, the wheels too, bro. I love these wheels. These wheels and the fact that I have the black headliner on the inside is the reason I got a Sport. If it wasn't for these wheels or the black headliner, I wouldn't have gotten a Sport. I probably would have got an EX so I could get a sunroof. But dude, the styling on this car is just insane, especially with the black chrome grille on the Sport. Just, I love it. You know, even I can't really show you guys the back, but you know, I have this, obviously I have a wing on the car, and I do have a lip as well, but even just the back of the car just looks insane to me. I love it. Number 2 is definitely going to be this paint color. So when I got this car, I've always loved white cars. For my entire life, I've always loved white cars. And when I got this car, I didn't even realize that it had like a metallic flake to it. The car isn't the cleanest right now. Even though I did just wash it yesterday, I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I don't take care of this paint the best, but you guys can see like in this little sunlight section here, there's like pearl in this paint. It's a beautiful color. I really like, you guys can see on this mirror cap here, like it has pearl. It's a beautiful color. And I love that at night it kind of looks like a solid white, like if you're not, like at first glance, it looks like a solid white. It doesn't really look like a pearl white, but in the sun, once the sun hits it, like, you know, it's just glistening, bro. Like when certain lighting, it's just amazing. I love this color. All right, excuse the mess on this car on the inside. But the third thing is definitely going to be the interior. I love the interior on this car. I wasn't the biggest fan of these seats and the way they looked at first when I got them, but honestly, now that I've had them for a little while, or now that I've had the car, I've gotten used to it. But the interior on this car is really nice. It's comfortable, it's spacious. I like the placement of the screen. For this car's time, again, I feel like it definitely looks the best on the inside. We're just talking about the competitors for this car. I've been in the, like I said, 2019 Camry. That car on the inside already looks hella outdated. I know they did change the inside like a few years later, Toyota did, but I just really like this interior. I love the gauge cluster. Like, I'm gonna close the door and you guys will see. Like, that shit is sick to me, bro. Like, I love that. And then, you know what I'm saying, just, it's a full digital dash, bro. Like, you get a full digital dash. I think you guys can see it right now. I'm gonna turn these on. Instead of having like orange or like that like red like accent color on all these like buttons and switches and stuff like that, you guys can't really see it right now. Everything is white, so it just feels like the interior is a lot more modern. I love the pedals, even though these are exclusive to the Sport. I love the pedals in this car. It's just a sick ass interior. It's very spacious. All right, so the fourth thing we are going to talk about with this car is, oh look, there you guys can see that lighting I was talking about, them fog lights, headlights, low beams. Looks amazing. All right, so the fourth thing that we are going to talk about that I love about this car is just the way it drives, the way it handles it. You know, it's not going to handle like a freaking M3, but you know, it's a pretty good handling car. And honestly, just the way it feels. Like, again, this could be just from what I'm coming from, but like this car at higher speeds just feels solid, dude. Like, I remember the last car I had, which was an Altima, cruising at 85, 90 on the highway. Like, bro, that car felt like it was gonna fall apart. This car, 85, 90, bro, you feel like you're doing like 50, which is crazy to say because it is just a slow Honda, but you know, that is how the car feels, and I love it. I don't even know if I can think of a fifth thing, bro. I love the way, like I said, I love the way the car looks. You know, it's slammed, wheels, spacers, I don't know. Oh, I guess the fifth thing I can say is the aftermarket support for this car. You know, you can go anywhere and find parts for this car. It's a really easily modified car, and you know, not much needs to be done to them for them to look good, you know. All of this stuff that's on the car, you know, the car looks amazing stock, so I really do love the aftermarket support for this car. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it, honestly. It's not gonna be a crazy long video. There's not much to it, you know. Like I said, I've had this car for a year, and I've definitely had my ups and downs with this car. I'm kind of in a, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm definitely in like a losing motivation stage for this car, but I mean, you know, what can I really do? I really do love this car though. It has been nothing but good to me. I've never had any issues. It's a very good looking car, very reliable car, you know, and it's never left me stuck on the side of the road, we'll just say that. That being said, I don't really know what else I am going to be doing to this car. I don't really think I'm going to be putting that many more mods on the car. Honestly, the car looks sick the way it is, and you know, I don't know. I feel like there's not really much else I can do to the car without going crazy to the next step, like wheels, air suspension. I definitely did want to do air suspension on this car, but I never did it. I'm glad I did it. But wheels, you know, new lip, maybe a Yofer bumper, I don't know. Taillights, diffuser, sound system in the car. Just, again, these are things I really did want to do to the car, but I just think that the car's at a really good state right now where, you know, I don't really have to do anything else to it. It looks sick. This car is me, you know what I mean? And I really just don't really see the need to do anything else to the car if I don't plan on keeping it, if I want to get something else. It sucks because, you know, I really, like I said, I really do love this car, but I'm just ready for something else, you know?